Joe from SecondsOut, please.
Hi, you're right, mate. Yeah,
I can hear.
Good, thank you. All good.
Hello, you all right?
So how does it feel to be finally in the fight week of your first professional fight? It must be exciting. A long time coming.
Yeah, it's really exciting. I've been waiting a long time since August. I've been training with Mark Tibbs and turned professional back in August, September time. I've had a lot to learn. I've still got lots to learn, but it's fantastic to have this opportunity on such a big platform.
And obviously, like you were saying, you've been training for this since last August now. How frustrating has it been the last few months? And is that going to translate to you having a lot of fights this year, you think?
Yeah, it's not frustrating because I've been learning all the time. Had some great opportunities sparring people like Joe Joyce, Hughie Fury, been in camp with Billy Joe Saunders in Fuerteventura. So I've had some great opportunities. So if anything, it's helped me because it's given me more time to learn and more time to gel with my trainer.
And obviously, as you're making your professional debut, for the people who haven't come across you before, how would you describe yourself? How do you think you're going to perform in the ring against Matt Gordon on Saturday night?
I've got naturally aggressive instincts when it comes to boxing, but what I'm trying to show is a bit of control and a bit of finesse and a bit of the refinement that Mark Tibbs and Stephen Andrews have been working on with me. I know I've got a long way to go, and I don't know if I'm going to get the knockout or when it will come. But obviously, if it presents itself, I'll go for it.
And how good has it been for you to be with SJAM Boxing, obviously with the management team? How much has that propelled your career, even though it hasn't started that? How do you feel like you've almost got a head start in a way?
Yeah, it's been brilliant. Sam Jones and Adam Morley of SJAM Boxing and Joe Joyce really as well has been instrumental in getting me to this great platform at the minute. So I've got to give all the credit to them. They've got me signed with Matchroom Boxing as well. I put a lot of hard work in, but without them guys, I wouldn't be where I am.
Brilliant. Are you travelling to Wembley in the next few days? Then it doesn't look like you're at the hotel at the moment.
No, I'm travelling tomorrow, so I'm booked in for my test at 10 o'clock in the morning. So Sam Jones and my trainer Steve. So I'm ready to go.
Have you had a test before?
Yeah, I've had one when I was in Fuerteventura,
Okay.
up the nose. So that wasn't the most pleasant experience.
Well, I hope you enjoy the whole fight week, and yeah, hopefully speak to you soon, mate. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me on. Cheers.
Hey, Johnny. How's it going, mate?
Hello, mate. It's all good. How are you?
Yeah, not bad, thanks. About a year ago, I think, you were at uni doing your last year. You went to Las Vegas, met Sam Jones, and now you're making your pro debut. It's all coming around pretty quickly despite a pandemic.
Yeah, it's really exciting and it's unexpected, but I've worked hard, and when the harder you work, I think the luckier you get. And I've been lucky, but I've worked very hard at the same time. And when you say that to me, it still seems like a bit of a dream, but I'm just going with it and seeing how far I can go.
It's become sort of a much anticipated debut. We've seen on social media you working out with Joe Joyce, Fabio Wardley, Mark Tibbs. Do you feel like a lot of people are wanting to see how you're going to perform on Saturday night? That's a good thing.
Yeah, I can tell there's lots of eyes on me already from my local community and people on social media. But listen, I've never made no bones about where I am. I'm a young kid who's been given a good chance. I know I've got a bit of potential. I've got athleticism, but I've got to now put it all into practice. And this is what it's all about. When you're a professional boxer, you've got to do it on the biggest stage.
I guess you can spar everyone you like, but until you have that pro debut, you show, what you're about. We can't really take too much. Do you agree?
No, I completely agree. Sparring is only sparring. It's great to get experience and it does help you in the long run. But at the end of the day, you can spar as much as you want. You've got to get in there and learn on the job. For me, especially, I've got to learn on the job and get them fights in.
You're taking on Matt Gordon for your pro debut. It's no easy guy to take on. We saw him give David Adelaide a few good rounds. Talk to us about why you decided to take him on and what you're expecting from him.
Yeah, definitely. It was decided by Sam Jones, my manager, and Eddie Hearn. And I know Matt Gordon's a strong, durable man, and he's been in with some good guys. So I've got to take it very seriously, and I've taken it extremely seriously. Been training non-stop since August anyway, and he's a southpaw as well. And I've got the privilege of sparring Joe Joyce as a southpaw, which was good, and it's going to set me up well with what I've got to do, and it's not going to be an easy task. So I'm not taking anything lightly at all.
Just for those that haven't seen your style, what are we to expect? I think the clue's in the nickname, but.
Yeah, well, that was from my earliest days when I was sparring Joe, and when I was an amateur, I was a very aggressive style, but I've still got that aggression in me. But I've got great boxing skills as well, and I've got to showcase that on Saturday. And it will be a bit more controlled, hopefully a bit more refined. But when I see an opening, I'll take it.
Just lastly, has there ever been another heavyweight from Romford? Are you the first guy? Do you know of any others?
No, I know some great sportsmen and women from this area. I know Ray Parlour, obviously the Arsenal legend, and Steve Davis, the world champion snooker player. But can't think of any champion heavyweight, not champion, just any boxers in general, heavyweights who have come from Romford. Got some good names in this area. Kevin Mitchell's another one I see him regularly. So there's a good crop of sports people around this area, but I don't know about heavyweight.
Great stuff, Johnny. Best of luck for Saturday night. Looking forward to seeing it.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Thanks, Jonathan. Go over to Ames, please.
Ames here from Boxing News TV. Pleasure to meet you, Johnny. How's life treating you?
Yeah, all good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. I'm not too bad. Look, you're a young guy. You've been doing the sparring circuit. I'd just like to get your opinion on which of the spars, particularly, do you feel that you've done have kind of really brought you on the most?
I think the very first professional I sparred was when I was a second year at university, and I wasn't really training that much at that point. I was playing rugby, so I didn't do much boxing at that point. It was Dave Allen before the Lucas Brown fight, and I'd done 6 rounds on the bounce with Dave, and he was tough, it was physical, and he was in the prime of his fitness, and I really learned a lot from that. And to go down there as a young kid, 18, 19 years old, and do that, I was proud of myself. So I think that was one of the main ones, and I still speak to Dave Allen a lot now, and he always offers me good advice.
Has he given you specifically like making your debut advice, or has anyone given you that?
Yeah, so Niall Kennedy actually, who fought Alan Babbage recently, and he's a seasoned pro. He's experienced, and he often gives me good advice. And he said, "Listen, you've got to just, if you can, just switch off when you're in there, and when you're fighting, don't try and lay into your punches too much or follow through too much. You've got the power to stand there, hold your feet, and the combinations will tell." So he gives me good advice all the time. And Joe Joyce, obviously, always in my ear and giving me support. So I'm very lucky in that sense.
How about Peter Fury? I know you obviously sparred Huey. He's been obviously with Huey, with Tyson. What's his thoughts about you and what you can do?
Yeah, Peter obviously only saw me a little bit. I sparred Huey and Cash. Have done well up there. Really grateful for the opportunity. And my manager speaks to Peter quite a lot, Sam Jones, and he said, yeah, he's got great potential. He's got good power, and I've got good work ethic, and he gave me some sound advice as well. What a legend of a man Peter Fury is, and it was a great honour to go and train up there with them.
You went to Exeter Uni, I believe. You're a smart guy. Has what you've learned during your time at uni helped you so far in the boxing world?
Yeah, I think in general, just my academics and the way I apply myself to that, I think it shows I've got a dedication and a discipline about me, and I think I can carry that whether it's playing rugby or getting a degree. A lot of this stuff in boxing you've got to do yourself. A lot of the time you've got to be self-motivated. I know a lot of people go to university and you can really easily fall into a comfort zone, and that's something I didn't want to do, because I always applied myself into sort of pressure situations where I play rugby, box at the same time, and try and get a degree. So I'm used to pressure. I'm used to working to time limits, and I think it's helped me in the long run for this little initial part of my career. I know I've got a long way to go, but it's been good.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to make your debut. It's behind closed doors, so no fans there. But in a way, is this sort of ideal, because you don't have to sell tickets. You don't have to take any time out in doing that. You don't have to do any real self-promotion. You're just kind of on the bill. So is it a good time, in your opinion, to make your debut?
I think it's good for me in other ways as well, because of the fact that there aren't any fans there. It will feel a little, I don't know if it will feel relaxed, but there's no pressure of the crowd behind you, urging you on for a knockout. I know there are a lot of people watching, but it allows me to gel with my trainers a little bit more, be a bit more calm and composed, hopefully, and I can let my boxing do the talking.
And you're obviously training with Mark Tibbs. Daniel Dubois is said to be joining. It's not official yet, but he's said to be joining the gym as well. How much of a boost will it be if Daniel Dubois comes along and joins the gym as well?
Oh, that'd be fantastic for all of us in the gym, especially me, like, as a heavyweight who's obviously levels above me at the minute. Someone I can learn off. He fought my good friend Joe, and I always spoke highly of Daniel, saying he's got great power. He just lacks a bit of experience. And listen, he's still in that mix, and if he's still hungry, which he seems, he'll be fantastic if he can be added to the stable. It's not confirmed yet, obviously, but it's only going to be beneficial for me and for him as well. We can learn off each other.
Just take me back. I saw a picture of you, a very old picture. I believe it was you. It's a small child. You're in a boxing robe. How much has boxing really kind of been in your life since an early age?
Oh, it's a massive part of it's as early as I can remember. I've always been involved in boxing. My first gym was Ongar ABC. I think I was 5 or 6 when I had my first gym show, So I've always been involved in it, no matter what sort of part I'm at in my life, whether I was doing my A-levels or university or rugby. But my granddad was a big part of it as well, taking me to every session on a weekday in the gym. So it's always been there from as early as I can remember.
And I think finally, I just wanted to ask you, look, you've got a lot of people who are supporting you, like Jonathan was saying, a lot of people kind of shouting you out, giving you quite a bit of the hype, and none more so than Tyson Fury at the top of the sport. He's really excited to see you. You know, when you get the support, any extra pressure here?
Of course, I know I'm sort of blocking it out a little bit, not blocking it out, but I'm putting it to the back of my mind. But I know I'm going to have a lot of eyes on me. I don't think there's been another debutant at this sort of stage. There's very few debutants get this much attention, and I'm really lucky and grateful. It's a good thing. I'd rather have it than not have it. But at the same time, I know I can't let that step in the way. I've got a lot of people watching me, but I've got to stick to what I've got to do. And I've not got a tough test on Saturday. I know that because Matt Gordon's a tough man, and he comes to win as well. He doesn't just roll over. So I've got a tough job in my hands.